Francis, and this is actually the second video that's associated to your ability to experience the self-consciousness that's within your body, to the self-consciousness that's within your astral body or your spiritual body, your spiritual self-consciousness. And so we left with that other tape with you floating in the room. I'm going to go back a little bit just to kind of recap. So here you are. You're lying on your couch. You're floating on your room, just having a wonderful imaginative experience of what it would be like to be without gravity. Floating up and down and around, the lightness of your limbs, those imaginative limbs that are just floating. The imaginative legs are just floating. It feels fun and free and different, and it feels fine. Reminds you a little bit of what it's like when you're floating in water just as a kid or even a grown-up, and just floating, everything bodily supported because you're not really in your body right now, and this is your wonderful ability to feel very light, very free. Now open up your imaginative eyes, your eyes in imagination, your eyes in this floating body, and just as you're floating around, just see the world around you, the room around you. See what the ceiling is like and the walls are like, and just kind of bobble around and float around and just look and take it in through your imaginary eyes. Remember, we are in the process of helping you use imagination to eventually create an actual spiritual body consciousness. And you may already be in spiritual body consciousness, but right now, just allow yourself to use imagination. And in your imagination, just bob around and float around and move up to one of those walls. And as you're moving through to one of those walls, know that you are experiencing time and space from the standpoint of moving, but you'll probably be more aware of space than you will be of time. But that's just part of the process. In addition, you might also be aware of kind of like floating through the air seems to be pretty easy. There's nothing really that dense about it, really, because that's our consciousness in our physical body, and even more so in this light, imaginative, free-floating body. As you go up to the wall, I want you to imagine or experience your anticipation of actually moving in and through the wall. We're going to pause in the middle of the wall, though, however, and as you do, it feels denser, somehow thicker, but you're still able to float through the first part of the wall. And just pause in a moment in the middle of the wall and look around. Can you experience or see the colors, the shadows, the densities, the smells of the studs in the wall? Can you see both sides of the wall as you are in the middle? Can you see any nails or electrical wiring or perhaps plumbing or outlets? Can you look down and see that it's very different than looking up and around, and just experience now you in the middle of this wall, feeling both the space in the wall as well as the sense of form on either side, which are also the walls. So you're moving past now through that middle part and into the other room, through that wall. You're in another space in another room. Now in this other space or this other room, you can now look around. Remember, either with your memory, or imagine with your imagination, or see with your astral perception what it's like around that you see. What does it mean to look at those walls, the furnishings, the flooring, the ceiling? What are you aware of in terms of lights being on and off, lights coming in from natural resources? What is this like? Are there smells, textures, sounds? Just go ahead and feel it with your imaginative awareness, or with your memory, or with your astral awareness. Now what you eventually will be able to do is to have someone leave a note somewhere, an object somewhere, that you know nothing about other than they say, okay, I've left it for you in this location. And you will travel to that location, go, yeah, there it is, this is what I see. And you will go back into your physical body and you will write down or draw or see whatever you see until you actually can see what that person, unknown to you, has left for you. I mean, the object is unknown, or the drawing or the word is unknown. Not the fact that they've left it, because you need that verified. They actually left that there for you to discover on one of your astral projection practices. Once you've actually been able to see and perceive the actual thing that they have left, and then come back and draw that, it will confirm to you that you've moved out of just imagination, out of just memory, and into actual astral self-consciousness, spiritual self-consciousness, soul self-consciousness, where you can actually gather together senses of moving and perceiving in other places. This will help you very much ground your experience into being authenticated. And once it's authenticated, you begin to be more brave about experimenting wherever you want to go and travel, knowing that you can bring your imagination, you can bring your memory, but you can also bring an actual presence of your astral body into something. And now as you can experience what astral perception is in having verified that moment, you go, wow, all this is available to me to understand, explore, and maybe help others and myself more. But right now, here you are on that space, that other room. I want you to now take a moment. You know, you're going to travel opposite of the way you came. Maybe you'll take a different path through the ceiling, the roof, a window, back into your body that's lying down or sitting down wherever you left your physical body. And you're going to move back into that. Be aware of the process of moving, the process of space and time. You may have popped right back in your body as soon as I said it, so there was no space or time. You may shift through space, and you may be aware of feeling like it's been a long time or a short time, but either way, you are now moving back into your body. And there it is. You may or may not see it. You may or may not know that it's there with other perceptions, but you know with your brain, your body is there. So what I want you to do is to fill yourself and your imagination, your memory, or your astral perception, yourself moving back into your body, sitting in your body, stretching your legs into your legs, stretching your arms into your arms, stretching your head and back into your head, the neck, the vertebrae. Feel your breath. Feel yourself stretching your entire body, actually moving your physical body, feeling the connection being made solidly, pleasantly, wonderfully, taking breaths in, shrugging, and finally opening up your physical eyes so that you begin to look around and take in what it is you saw and felt. Then I'd suggest you take at least 60 seconds writing down a few notes, because the next time you come to this experience, you're going to enrich it even more. Now the process, the practice involved in this is not so much that this is difficult to do, but it's difficult to allow yourself to do it to a degree where you're feeling safe, confident enough to put little verification moments in your life. Whether you're agreed to travel to an astral location with other people who are trying to astral project, whether you agree to go to a spot that someone has left something there, or you agree to go to a spot where you want to find out what's happening, I don't really recommend that you violate the ethics of just moral respect, human respect. There are people who do violate that. It's not what I would prefer, because I find that the astral projection can actually be extremely helpful in understanding and helping other people. In fact, one of the most powerful astral projection experiences that I have had to date was when I actually went to an emergency circumstance and actually tried to assist, and then I actually heard the whole event being reported on the radio the very next morning, when something told me that I had to turn on that radio station, which I hadn't done before, at that time, which made no sense in light of the circumstances. And there it was, the report of the emergency situation that I had seen and participated in on purely an astral form. It's a wonderful experience. I wish you to have that experience. I've had many of them that have been amazing, and I want you to have yours amazing as well, because this will wake you up to how incredible you are, way beyond just the incredibleness of your physical body, which is good enough in itself, but way into this expansion of you, so you can expand your power and your ability to help you and other people. I wish you the very best of astral projection, and please check out all the other videos. I look forward to hearing about your experiences, comments, and questions. drcarolfrancis.com, drcarolfrancistalkradio.com, souljourneytools.com. I would encourage you to contact me on Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc., etc. I look forward to meeting you. Take care.